If you're a crypto trader, or if you own a virtual asset, or you provide blockchain-driven solutions, this is for you. Recently, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu signed an executive order pursuant to Section 5 of the 1999 Constitution on virtual asset coordination. And this executive order seeks to bring closer regulatory oversight and coordination to virtual assets services, and especially for providers and creators. It seeks to bring closer regulation to fraudulent and unregistered operators who take advantage of the gaps currently existing within the virtual asset space to defraud unsuspecting Nigerians, and which has led to serious revenue loss. This executive order seeks to bring together the regulatory agencies, financial revenue, and capital market regulators that oversees virtual assets. And here, the executive order has significantly introduced three major things which I'll be speaking to. Number one, the executive order has created a virtual asset council, which has merged the different regulatory bodies, including the CBN as the chair, and the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, and the NFIU, National Financial Intelligence Unit, including the NRS, Nigeria Revenue Service, and the Office of the National Security Advisor, which brings these regulatory offices together to work hand in hand in simulation towards the regulation of virtual assets. Now, what this does is that instead of these different regulatory bodies to continue working within an overlapped area in silos, this executive order now seeks to create one single office, one single council rather first, which now coordinates virtual asset services. Also, the executive order has created a virtual asset office, which is domiciled in the Central Bank of Nigeria office. What this has done is that this has brought together the different regulatory agencies into one single office. So, for instance, as a virtual asset service provider seeking regulatory compliance certificate license, now you don't need to go to the different regulatory authorities to get what you need. You can now go to one single office which provides the necessary regulatory license you may need. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has gone ahead to release a regulatory sandbox, which has now provided a closer regulatory environment for intending virtual asset service providers to now come under close supervision and oversight by the different regulatory bodies. Nigeria Revenue Service is also expected to release a tax policy in the next coming days with respect to virtual assets. Now, what this means for you as a blockchain supplier, a virtual asset provider, or a virtual asset owner is that the law is now paying close attention to your activities. And that means that this is time to stay compliant. Automatically, the import of the executive order of that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed in is to the effect that cryptocurrencies have come to stay in Nigeria. However, this will come at the cost of regulatory oversight, legal coordination, and serious supervision. This is to prevent people from having major capital loss, fraudulent attempt by criminals, money laundering, terrorism financing, and every other adverse activities that prevails within the blockchain technology world. However, this now stamps the entry of cryptocurrency into Nigeria's corporate and capital market base. Thank you very much for listening.